I just want Bruce to be like, Kirk, you're a good guy. I'm sorry for being so mean to you. Because Batman was really mean to Kirk this episode.
He was.
Like, when he was thinking Kirk was man, he was like grabbing him and like shoving him around the place. Like grabbing him by his coat and like pushing him against walls. I'm like, jeez, calm down.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
People of Earth, I am Darkseid, Lord of Apocalypse.
Service with a smile? I know about all your other major enemies, but you never mentioned him. He was the biggest, wasn't he?
Oh, come on. It's Lex Flippin' Luthor. Why should we trust him?
What? Like a bunch of super friends?
More like a Justice League.
Connor and I are once again back to talk about some Batman the Animated Series, and this week we're going to talk about Day of the Samurai and Terror in the Sky. As I said last week, it's 2 sequel episodes, so Connor, what do you think of the first one, Day of the Samurai?
Well, wait.
Yes?
You forgot to introduce Everest.
Oh, yeah. Everest, so. Oh, crickets.
Yeah, unfortunately, Everest is...
Yeah, unfortunately, Everest has once again abandoned us. We're still the sewage children.
Too busy.
We're still the sewage children of the series.
We are. But yeah, Day of the Samurai. This was a very, 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 very good episode, in my opinion. I really, really, really like this. Like the last episode with Ken was also pretty cool, but I think this one was better. I'm pretty sure that I will give this one a better grade than I gave the last one. I know that one of my only complaints about the last one was that it would have been better, in my opinion, if it was setting up the League of Assassins or something like that.
Yes, but that made me change my opinion on the episode too. I was like, that would have been awesome.
I still kind of feel like there should have been some League of Assassins hints here or there in this episode, but I'm not gonna hold it against it. I love how they're showing the differences between ninjas and samurai.
Yeah, okay. That's something I want to ask you. Are you like really into like ninja and samurai type stuff?
I am, but I don't know enough that differentiates the two. I need to learn like proper differences between the two.
Okay, I think that's why you love this episode so much more than I do, because I don't hate it. It's a good episode, but I'm just I've never been into ninjas or samurai or any of that.
I just think they're so cool and they're so interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool concept, but I don't know. It's just never intrigued me that much.
I was really happy when at the start of the episode we saw that Alfred was tagging along, and then it just turned out that the only reason they had Alfred come along was so that they could give Ken some leverage to hold over Batman. I was like, oh, I want to see Alfred do some cool stuff for once.
Was this the episode? I don't remember which episode it was, but one episode, Alfred was like working on the Batmobile.
Yeah, that was this episode.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It was actually... I think it is.
I think
I know
so
that.
too.
Yeah, one of these very recent episodes was he was at the beginning of it. He's there working on the Batmobile.
I was like, see, Alfred isn't just a butler.
He can do more.
He's also.
Yeah, I actually.
Sorry.
Is this the? Is this the one of the only episodes where the episode takes place mainly in somewhere that isn't Gotham?
That I can recall. Yeah.
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 Because I think that's another reason why it stood out to me so much, was because it was such a unique environment.
The only other one I can really think of is The Strange Secret of Bruce Wayne, and I think that's just like on the outskirts of Gotham. Well, I don't know, because they flew there.
That like was up in the big tower, bell tower bit.
Or no, they didn't.
That's
fly
why
there.
that was around.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Bell tower.
Yeah, was that The Strange Secret of Bruce Wayne? No, that wasn't Strange Secret
That was
of Bruce Wayne.
Chance to Dream.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Get them all mixed up.
Yeah.
The final fight was really cool, especially with the volcano. And I liked how Ken, like, respectfully bowed when he thought he was about to die.
Did he die?
That's the thing, we don't know. Well, you know, but I don't know.
I don't know for sure, honestly.
You don't know for sure? Oh.
Well, I know whether he shows up or not in Batman the Animated Series again, but...
Oh. Maybe he shows up in Static Shock.
Maybe he shows up in
Static
Batman
Shock,
Beyond.
long lost brother. Maybe.
Because it's been a while since I've watched Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I've seen a some clips of it. I haven't seen much of it. Did you not love when Bruce took off the mask and he fought Ken as Bruce Wayne and not as Batman
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
with lava shooting everywhere? Do you not think that was awesome?
I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. I don't like the whole death touch thing like that. Just like the
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
And that was the main point of this episode, pretty much, other than like Bruce going up against Coyote again, or however you say his name again. And
Yeah, I agree with that.
The death touch thing just doesn't intrigue me, which is why I prefer Night of the Ninja over this one.
I'm pretty sure I preferred this one over it. It's well that I thought that the end fight with the volcano, like around them all that, I think that's probably my favorite end fight of the show yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. Because I just love the visuals and like just the fact that it wasn't on a tower in Gotham or something like that made it so much better.
What did you think of how Bruce faked his death?
That was a little bit strange.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I feel like Ken should have been like, no, Bruce, no, you're not dead.
You know, like I was like, I don't think the death touch would like make you scream like that. The way it was described and stuff, I'm like, it sounds like instant death.
And the way like he just collapsed with his eyes still wide open, I was like, Ken should know that he did not die. That and the fact that they only brought Alfred on this so that they could have some kind of leverage for Bruce, and I guess that girl as well. She didn't really add much either. They're the only things I didn't like about the episode.
I do really like after he defeats Ken and goes back to his sensei. Bruce goes back to his sensei and they're talking about Batman. I like the way the sensei describes Batman because what does Bruce say? He says something like why Batman is as much a ninja as Coyote Ken was, and then he's like, no. And then he says something about like he found the death touch, and if he was a ninja or whatever, if he didn't have like good morals, he would have used it, and he didn't. I thought that whole thing was cool.
I thought that was cool. I did like that, yeah.
So, Connor, you got any more to say?
No, just Alfred needs to get better at not getting kidnapped. Bruce needs to get better at not getting kidnapped. Everyone needs to get better at not getting kidnapped, in my opinion. But I did actually really like this episode. It was unique. It was cool. Fight team was awesome.
Those are some good tips, Connor.
Thank you.
So, Connor, what would you give this episode? Sounds like you really loved it.
I'd give it an A. Solid A.
An A? Okay.
Yeah. Well, again, getting crazy.
Well, don't be disappointed in me, Connor, but I'm giving it a C+.
Whoa! Man, I just... C for crazy, that's what that is.
Look, I gave The Laughing Fish like an A-, and you gave that a D+, so I don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, but that's because Joker made fun of my national heritage.
Oh.
I had to. It's my civic duty.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay, Connor. I gave if you're so smart, why aren't you rich, and you gave that a C+. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, that's because I don't know, man. I was expecting Riddler to be cooler than that.
Okay, so let's talk about the Man-Bat sequel now, Terror in the Sky. What do you think of this? Was it Man-Bat? Was it not?
Well,
no, it wasn't.
Well, they tricked me. Okay, I spent this whole episode being like, hell yeah, Man-Bat's back. Then no, it's Woman-Bat instead. And I was like, wow.
You actually didn't notice?
Interesting twist. No, I didn't notice. Oh, I started to think it wasn't actually Kirk, like, about 10 minutes in, but then I started thinking it was the March guy.
See,
I was like, oh, he's the new Man-Bat.
The reason I always knew it was the Life, even the first time I saw this, was because of the pants.
Oh, the pants?
Yeah, the pants are the red pants she was wearing, and it's not like blue pants that Kirk always wears or whatever.
See, I did think that the art style of Man-Bat had changed a lot. Like, when he first showed up, I was like, okay, he looks very different, but I thought that was just them deciding to go with a new style for the character. Like, it wasn't until about halfway through the episode that I started thinking, okay, maybe it's not actually Kirk. But then I started thinking it was March. It wasn't until the whole plane thing, and I was like, oh, okay.
So
the wife.
That red herring got you.
Yeah, it did.
Both the red herrings. They pulled a double red herring.
I'm not the one who gets tricked by the predictable plot points, but this time they tricked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy about it.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'm gonna write an angry letter.
Well, so would you say this episode had good writing, or decent writing?
Yeah, I think it had good writing. There were a bunch of bits I didn't like, and I did find a decent bit of it boring. But I think that in terms of like tricking me, it had good writing.
Yeah, see, I mean, it didn't trick me, but that's what I think too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just like, it's kind of an inconsistent episode because at points the writing's pretty good and then at points the writing isn't that well, especially like the dialogue.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
The dialogue is kind of clunky throughout.
I thought the snow chases were pretty cool, but the bike cam on Batman looked really weird.
That's what I was about to bring up. Like he fought She in the bike helmet, and I was kind of getting flashes to like the Dark Knight Returns armor while he had that on, and I don't.
Yeah,
know
it
why.
did. It had that very square look to it.
I was like, this like it reminds me of that suit, but it's weird.
I don't know if I liked it. Like, it was cool, but I don't know. It made him look like a weird character. It made it look like it was really uncomfortable. Like he was like squidged in there.
Another moment that was kind of weird was, I mean, it's good that Batman did this, but it's just kind of weird how the show took so long for him to do it. Is when She-Bat like burst out the door of the plane, and like after she takes Kirk or whatever, and Batman like extends the handle and shuts the door. It felt like that took a minute. I'm like, okay, it's
like, could you have done that faster, please?
Yeah, the animation. I noticed the animation was pretty off in this episode.
I thought the stuff with the snow was cool, but then with the plane stuff, I definitely thought it was pretty noticeable.
There was a moment
that it gotten a little bit clunky.
There was a moment after the plane bit where they were fighting on the mountain or whatever, and like She-Bat just like slaps Batman or whatever. He falls, and there was just a moment where his face looked so odd. It almost looked like one of those like plushie toys or something.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't look like a real human face.
And I thought that, like, speaking of like that bit at the end where they're fine, I thought the episode ended very suddenly.
Yeah,
in a very weird spot. Like, it felt like there should be one more scene or something.
That's what I thought too. As soon as it ended, I'm like, that felt rushed.
Yeah, like really rushed.
It's like they had that, and then they didn't really know what to put after, so they're like, that's good enough.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a good line to end on, but just the pacing of it wasn't there. Like the pacing.
Yeah, it's like
the pacing, the music.
If there was more dialogue there, then I would have thought that they could have eased into an ending better, but they didn't. They just kind of ended it immediately after they wrapped up the plot.
Yeah, it was literally, she was falling off the cliff. Kirk catches her, and he's like, I'm not going to let you go again, pulls her up. Or him and Batman both pull her up. And then he says, the nightmare's finally over. Cut to credits. I'm like, that was sudden.
It's like, yeah, I guess the nightmare is over, but like, can we ever see him, please? Like, one more, just talk about it a little bit?
Yeah.
I just want Bruce to be like, Kirk, you're a good guy. I'm sorry for being so mean to you. Because Batman was really mean to Kirk this episode.
He was.
Like, when he was thinking Kirk was Man-Bat, he was like grabbing him and like shoving him around the place. Like grabbing him by his coat and like pushing him against walls. I'm like, jeez, calm down.
This was the episode where Bully Batman came out.
Yeah, he was like, wow, why are you doing this? But that's when I started to kind of go, okay, I don't think it is Kirk, because Batman's being overly harsh.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you doing this, Batman?
But the Dr. Marge thing got you too. You started to think it was him.
It did.
That was that's interesting because he was barely in this episode. He wasn't in it until halfway through.
He was barely in it, but he's such a dick.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like,
that's true.
Like, he shows up with a big tranquilizer gun. He's like, I'm gonna trank you in the next week, Batman. I was like, oh, jeez. Come on, calm down.
That should have been the dialogue used in that scene. I'm gonna trank you
might as well been.
I'm gonna trank you into next week.
But I was like, where did he get that huge-ass trank gun? And why is he just all of a sudden in here threatening Batman when Batman's trying to, like, you know, save all of your lives?
And what I want, who was he gonna test the thing on to turn into Man-Bat? Who was he gonna test the serum on if it wasn't himself?
Test it on Batman.
I guess just trank him and then juice him up with some serum. He's like, this ain't no super soldier serum. This
isn't your regular Oz formula. Like, sorry, Batman. Was he in the very first episode of the show as well?
Yes. They all three.
Yeah, I know.
All three of them.
I noticed the voice actor because he's in Star Trek and he was in Young Justice.
Yeah, this was like a reunion episode, going back to the pilot.
Yeah, it was. It felt like a 100th episode because they're bringing it full circle. Everybody's favorite villain's back.
It felt like the 100th episode, but it was only the 45th.
Yeah. It's like, they kind of went, oh, we want to do the 100th now. It's like, well, we can wait 4 episodes and do it as the 50th. No. We're going to do it now. Like, okay. They need to keep going with that splicing episode, or the splicing plotline they've got going on.
Yeah, they were like, we've done this like the past 3 episodes, aside from Day of the Samurai. We just got to do one more episode.
Like, Day of the Samurai... Yeah, Day of the Samurai, as good as it is, it feels very, very, very out there. Like, it feels like Tiger, Moon, the Wolf, and Terror in the Sky should be like a solid trilogy, and then you bring in Day of the Samurai afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, why did they throw these all in?
That was kind of odd.
It don't make any sense.
I feel like when they were just making the episodes, they were like, after the Moon of the Wolf, they're like, hey, you remember that Not in the Ninja episode? That was pretty good. We kind of left it off with a bit of a tease. Let's do that sequel. And then they're like, hey, we can do a Man-Bat sequel. And just did those two.
This is just the sequel episodes. That's what this is. They're like all like, okay, let's follow up on this. Let's follow up on that. I mean, no League of Assassins yet, though.
No, not yet.
That's interesting.
We're getting close, Connor.
Oh yeah, I keep seeing it in my I use an app to like keep track of the episodes I need to watch, and it keeps coming up saying the Ra's al Ghul episode is like the next highest episode I need to watch.
Like the actual Ra's al Ghul episode, it won't be in Volume 2. It'll be one of the first episodes of Volume 3.
Okay, yeah, because it's like I think it's episode 57 in the list that the app uses, and then it's like that's the next highest episode up. So I keep saying that's my next episode, even though there's a bunch before it I still have to watch.
Yeah, it'll probably be around episode 57.
Okay, cool.
Something like that.
Cool.
So, Connor, you want to give some letter grades for Terror in the Sky?
Sure, I'd give it a C.
Completely agree.
Oh wow! So it's like, no, it was great. It's great seeing Woman Bat returning. Batman needs a new bike helmet. Yeah, returning. And March, you gotta get a new trunk gun. And alright episode. Ended very suddenly.
Alright, so next time we should be back with 3 Batman the Animated Series episodes once again. Almost Got Him, Birds of a Feather, What is Reality? A bunch of Batman.
And will Everest be here?
We'll find out.
Maybe.